Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Thursday, May 4th, 2023. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with AEW Dynamite broadcast live last night from the CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore. In the main event, Darby Allin and Jungle Boy Jack Perry defeated Sammy Guevara and AEW World Champion MJF when Allin pinned MJF. Per a stipulation of the match, all four men will be scheduled to meet in a four-way for the AEW World title at Double or Nothing on May 28th.
Jack, he covers, but he's not legal. Darby up to the top.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Oh yes! Coffin drop, 1, 2, 3. Yes! How about it? It is official. Wow. The four-way match for the AEW World Championship will main event Double or Nothing on May 28th.
Oh yeah, it's happening.
In the opening match, International Champion Orange Cassidy, Bandito, Roderick Strong, and Adam Cole defeated the Jericho Appreciation Society when Cole pinned Angelo Parker. After the match, Cole attacked JAS leader Chris Jericho, who was commenting on the match from the announce desk.
Hold on him. Jim assistant, take it down. Hold on. He's coming right here, boys.
Good God!
Oh, he just wore out Jericho. What a shot.
Right behind us. Adam Cole just tearing through the set. Just trying everything in his power to get his hands on Chris Jericho.
Just exploded into Jericho. The emotions that's in this man right now because of what happened to Britt Baker.
Look at this 7-8 man trying to restrain these.
He is completely out of control. Security staff members are here, completely out of control.
In other results, Ricky Starks pinned Juice Robinson but was jumped after the match by Jay White. The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn won the Trey Di Mayo Trios Battle Royal, and Saraya pinned Willow Nightingale. Saraya's Outcast faction beat down Nightingale after the match until the save was made by AEW Women's Champion Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker, as well as Hikaru Shida, who teased joining the Outcasts before helping Hayter and Baker. Now with some WWE Financial news, here's the Wrestling News' Lou Kipilman.
WWE has reported its financial results for the first quarter of 2023, including revenue of $297.6 million, down 8.5% from the $325.3 million reported for the final quarter of last year. Raw and SmackDown viewership was up 7%, and North American live event ticket sales up 52% from the same quarter last year, translating to a 37% increase in average attendance. The Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber premium live events in Quarter 1 set domestic unique viewership records, with year-over-year increases of more than 50% each. WWE CEO Nick Khan, Chief Content Officer Paul Levesque, President and CFO Frank Riddick, and Head of Investor Relations Seth Zaslow provided further details during an earnings call yesterday. Khan looked ahead to finalizing the WWE-UFC merger with Endeavor in the second half of 2023, and stated the company has begun talks with NBC Universal and Fox over rights fees renewals for Raw and SmackDown. He did not give a time frame on when those deals might be made. In discussing the Endeavor deal, Khan and Levesque both reiterated that Endeavor and UFC are not interested in changing WWE creative or how the company does business. For the Wrestling News, I'm Lou Kipilman.
In more news on AEW All In, Tony Khan announced on Twitter yesterday that the event has sold 43,000 tickets to Wembley Stadium in the first 2 days of pre-sale, meaning an additional 7,000 seats were sold after the 36,000 that went on Monday. The total reported attendance gate so far has reached 5.7 million as of yesterday. Tickets to All In, AEW's debut show in the United Kingdom, go on sale to the general public tomorrow. The event, which is on track to take place before the largest crowd in AEW history, is scheduled for August 27th. In more All Elite Wrestling news, AEW has canceled another weekly YouTube series, bringing AEW Dark to a close, according to Andrew Zarian of Mat Men. This comes after a recent announcement from Fight TV that Dark Elevation was coming to an end. The cancellation of the two YouTube shows reportedly comes out of AEW's new deal with Warner Bros. Discovery, which includes the launch of a new, upcoming weekly Saturday show, AEW Collision, but also calls for all AEW content to air exclusively on WBD's channels TBS and TNT. The deal reportedly does not include Ring of Honor television, which currently airs on the Honor Club streaming service. In ratings news, last Tuesday's episode of NXT drew 568,000 viewers to the USA Network, down 12% from last week's audience of 647,000, according to Showbuzz Daily. The key demographic rating for the Spring Break-In episode was .14, representing 183,000 viewers, and down from last week's .18 key demo rating, according to WrestleNomics. In more WWE news, the company has signed Tamara Mensah-Stock, Olympic gold medalist from the 2021 Tokyo Games, according to an exclusive from ESPN. Mensah-Stock, 30 years old, was the first black woman to win a gold medal in freestyle wrestling and later won the 2022 World Amateur Championship at 68 kilograms in Belgrade, Serbia. She told ESPN that she reported last Monday to the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, and hopes to make the main roster within a year. Mensah-Stock became the second 2021 Olympic gold medalist wrestler to be signed by WWE after Gable Steveson, who's been in the developmental program for the past 2 years. In news from Japan, there were several title changes and a major upcoming match announcement yesterday at New Japan's Wrestling Dontaku event in Fukuoka, Japan. David Finlay captured the Never Openweight Championship from Tama Tonga, defeating him in 25 minutes and 1 second. This is the first Never Openweight title reign for Finlay and ends Tonga's second reign at 119 days. The Never Openweight six-man tag team title changed hands with Kazuchika Okada, Tomohiro Ishii, and Hiroshi Tanahashi, defeating El Desperado, Minoru Suzuki, and Ren Narita in 19 minutes and 36 seconds. The win marked the fourth Never Openweight six-man title reign for Tanahashi, third for Ishii, and the first for Okada. And Hikuleo became the new NJPW Strong Openweight champion, ending Kenta's title reign at 74 days. Successfully defending on the card were IWGP World Champion Sanada, who defeated Hiromu Takahashi, and New Japan World TV Champion Zack Sabre Jr., who wrestled Jeff Cobb to a 15-minute time limit draw. It was also announced during that show that Jon Moxley would be making his return to Japan for NJPW Dominion on June 4th in Osaka, Japan. The appearance was announced by Moxley's former protege Shota Umino, leading into a pre-taped video promo from Moxley himself.
Well, maybe this is none of my business, but maybe I want to make it my business. A storm is coming to Japan. The Death Rider. Now, how y'all gonna go and pick on my young boy like that? At Dominion, the boogeyman of New Japan Pro Wrestling returns.
Moxley has not wrestled in Japan since February 9th, 2020, when he retained the IWGP United States title against Minoru Suzuki at NJPW New Beginning in Osaka. In legal news, Philip Thomas II, the convicted attempted kidnapper of Sonya Deville, a.k.a. Daria Baronato, was sentenced yesterday to 15 years in prison and 15 additional years of probation, with a credit of 975 days for time already served in jail. Thomas pleaded guilty earlier this week to charges of armed burglary, attempted armed kidnapping, aggravated stalking with a weapon, and criminal mischief. Thomas was originally arrested at Baronato's Florida home on August 16, 2020, where he intended to kidnap Baronato after having plotted to do so for months. Baronato called 911 after spotting Thomas in the house. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.